But now I'd like to introduce you to our lovely Cecilia, who's in charge of all of our props for the show. Welcome to Facebook Live,
Laura,
Cecilia.
how are you?
Good, thank you. Would you like to tell us a bit about your role in this show?
Yeah, well, my role in this show is that of the props manager, and I'm also assisting as a stage manager, working with another person who's being trained, and generally supporting Owen, who's my husband.
Oh, that's so lovely. So you've seen the show a few times now in our rehearsals. What surprised you most about the show when you saw it?
If I'm really honest, the swearing, because Owen, of course, was writing this show during lockdown up in the office in our house, and I had no idea of the content. And the first time I heard it, it was sort of like, oh, wow, it's very clever. And there's so many different layers of twists and turns. I don't want to give anything away.
No, it's hard, isn't it? Trying to talk about the show, but without spoilers. Yeah. Would you like to perhaps take us on a little tour of the props table? I did tell the tech crew that we were going to do a video, but
so they say never work with children, and obviously babies can be even harder. So I'll just put this baby back in her bassinet. So it's a show that has quite a lot of set dressing and not a lot of handheld props, but just like any props table, you set it out with your props for different scenes and all labelled so that each of the actors can find what they need. And yeah, hopefully you're ready to go. Well, we will be, not hopefully. Yeah,
we have no choice.
Absolutely.
Have there been any particular challenges in this show in terms of props?
There's quite a lot of alcohol provided in this show, in the form of props, different types of bottles, and it was quite interesting trying to provide bottles that represented certain drinks and not necessarily having them myself. So we've been begging and borrowing for empty bottles from friends and family, and yeah, we've done what we need, but yeah.
Well, you've done a wonderful job. It makes such a difference as actors to come in and be able to pick things up and carry them around.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Yeah. I might go and have a look, talk to these tech people who are clearly wanting a bit of attention. So I'm going to go this way. Thanks, Cecilia. Owen? Here he is, the man himself. Owen, welcome to Facebook Live.
Hello, Facebook Live.
Would you like to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your involvement in this particular production?
Well, I'm sort of responsible for it, really. This play was first conceived of in the last lockdown we had. It was one of the last lockdowns. It was August in 2021. And there I was stuck in lockdown, and I thought, I think I might write a play. And what would I write a play about? Lockdown. So the concept, of course, is what happens when couples get locked up in a lockdown together and all sorts of interesting things happen. So that's where it started, and it progressed on to there.
Very good. And what other questions can I ask you? What's been the major challenge? Because you've written the show, you're directing the show, you have to deal with all of us.
Yes.
What's been the biggest challenge for you?
It's a very emotional play. It's quite challenging, and well, the first challenge was getting a cast, and I have been very lucky in that I have got a really good cast. But you know, we had a little bit of struggle, and the other thing is, you know, who would be comfortable in watching this play? And the meteor came to it, but yeah. So it's, you know, because we're a brand new theatre company. This is the first play that we've ever done.
Sure is. And as an actor yourself, I have to ask.
Yes.
You know, gender, age, all of that aside, if you could choose one of the 4 characters to play, who would you like to play in One Night in Lockdown?
Well, it would have to be Jason. Although I could probably do Gabrielle quite well because I've had experience in the ICT business, and yeah, I know that how messy things can get there, and people through their involvement in technology can lose connection with the human side of things. But I could do both.
I could see you do both. I could see you do a pretty mean Louisa as well.
Well, I mean, modesty forbids me.
She's good fun though.
Oh yes, she's extremely good fun. Unless you're one of the other characters.
That's true. Or my husband, who does not like her at all.
Oh right,
Yeah.
right. Yes. I gather you threaten him with Louisa.
I do.
You turn into it's a magic wand, is it? Say, right, I'm going to go poof, and I'm turning myself, and then Richard, you're in real trouble.
I just have to put on the voice, and he'll stop talking about cricket or whatever he's doing that's particularly annoying me at that moment.
Cool.
So, why do you think people should come and see this play? Other than the fact that you've written it, you directed it, we're in it, we're doing it, and it's a wonderful play. Why should people come and see this play?
I think it's interesting. It's interesting to see characters that have issues. All the characters in this play have got backstories, and these backstories come out in the play, and that's going to be quite challenging for some people. And I deal with a writing group, and I've been using them for feedback. And while I wasn't there and they're reading part of it, one of the people in the writing group said, I don't like this play. And then there was a discussion, immense discussion then, and they realised it hits trigger points. This play hits trigger points for a lot of people, and that can be healthy. To address these things, they do happen. What would happen if I was there? And for some people, is this reminds me of what happened in the past. So they're quite significant things, and yeah, that's what the play's like. It's a pretty punchy play.
Yeah, it is.
But
And
also quite a lot of fun.
Yeah. And I have to say, with the particular issues it does deal with, I think it's done very well. I think it's done with a lot of gravitas and respect.
Yes.
And the messages that the characters impart are really good, strong ones that I think need to be heard. And it's been an absolute honour to be part of this play. You're very proud of it. It's your baby, but I feel very proud of it as well. So do come along to see our show. We open on Thursday night, 7 p.m. here at the Meteor Theatre. We're on Friday night and Saturday night as well. Tickets are only $20, which is a pretty good bargain, I think, and are available from the Meteor website, which is themeteor.co.nz. It is an R18 show, as others have mentioned, the swearing, and there are some trigger warnings, including references to sexual violence, suicide, and child death. So just, take heed of those if you need to. Otherwise, please come out and support local theatre. It's a play brand new to the stage. It is set in Kirikiriroa, and it's set during one night in lockdown, which I think we're all very familiar with what lockdown means. So do come along this Thursday, Friday or Saturday night. And thank you very much for joining us on this Facebook Live.
Just before you close up, I've a question for you, Janine.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
I wasn't expecting that.
How did you feel when you realised, or you were told, that the part of Louisa was written for you?
I was very flattered. And then as I got to know the character, I started wondering exactly what you thought of me.
I really do appreciate that it is not you.
There are so many little parts that are, not the terrible parts,
Yes.
not the terrible parts, but there are so many little things where I'm starting to wonder if there might be some sort of hidden camera in my house where you watch all my weird little habits and have written them into a play.
If I make people think that, then it's probably not a bad thing.
So hopefully that's got you intrigued. Come along and see, especially if you know me, come along and see if you think I'm anything like Louisa. I really hope I'm not.
Cool.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Janine.
Okay, bye.